Rabiot arrives in Turin. Manchester City seek a Kompany replacement. Antonio Conte has his first Inter Milan signing. Roma gets swapping. And we've got a roundup of all the day's transfer news. That and more coming up in the next few minutes as I am your host, Matt Froelich. You are the Onefootballers and this is the Daily News. So within the next 24 hours, Juventus are expected to complete the signing of Adrien Rabiot on a free transfer. Because his contract to PSG has now run out, he's free to sign whichever club he wishes. And it's the Italian champions that he has chosen. Now the midfielder has actually played for PSG since December after revealing that he wasn't going to sign a new deal, so manager Thomas Tuchel dropped him into the reserves. This has meant that there has been plenty of time for the rumour mill to keep spinning. At first he was apparently going to join Barcelona, then it was Manchester United, then Manchester City were involved, and now finally it looks like Juventus, where he's signing a £6.8 million a year deal. On top of this, there'll also be a £9 million bonus just for signing on, but in all honesty, do Juventus really want to bring in such a bad egg? Don't get me wrong, Rabiot is a top player, and signing a 24-year-old on a free transfer is literally unheard of these days, so kudos for Juve for doing the deal. That being said, there also is a bit of an attitude problem, clearly. He was dropped, as I said, by Tuchel after not signing a new deal, where he clearly could have stuck around, tried his best for the team and helped them for the rest of the season. And on top of this, when he was named on the standby list for France's World Cup squad last summer, he also refused to be a part of it and therefore didn't go to the World Cup and pick himself up a World Cup winner's medal. This means that in a few months, if he potentially has a spat in training or if he two-foots Ronaldo or says something against the fans, well, you can hardly really blame Juventus because they've known all about his problems all along. I'm obviously hoping that that won't happen and he will be a success at Juve. And sticking with Juventus and to their centre-back department, where alongside the signing of Matthijs de Ligt, there could be someone on the way out. This is Leonardo Bonucci. Now, of course, the signing of the 19-year-old Ajax wonder kid would mean that there's going to be less playing time for one of the other centre-backs at Juventus. They're probably not going to get rid of Rugani, who still has a lot of potential, and Chiellini is a stalwart in the defence and won't be going anywhere. So if Leonardo Bonucci could be on his way out, where's he going to go? Well, it looks like Manchester City could be interested. Since Vincent Kompany left at the end of the season to go and become player manager at Anderlecht, there has been a massive Vincent Kompany's head-shaped hole in the Manchester City defence. Now, they were looking to fill it with Harry Maguire, of equal massive head size, but apparently that deal is going to cost them around £100 million, and Manchester United are also rivaling for his signature. Instead, they may look at Bonucci. Of course, he hasn't got as much potential as Maguire and is a fair few years older, but he's going to be nowhere near as expensive. Alongside this, they may have to do battle with PSG, who have apparently offered the defender a £6 million a year deal. But when it comes to playing under one of the best managers in the world, you can assume that most players will want to join Manchester City. Whether or not this will be done is yet to be seen, but they're probably going to be front runners for his signature. And talking of defenders and Serie A, we move on to Inter Milan, where Antonio Conte has his first signing as Inter Milan manager. Forget about all the Romelu Lukaku talk for the moment, but Diego Godin has made his transfer official. Just like Adrien Rabiot, Godin's contract was running out, so he's now free to sign with whoever he wants. He mentioned a few weeks ago in a press conference that he would be leaving Atletico Madrid, and so it's Inter Milan as his chosen destination. The 33-year-old is no doubt, again, a top player, but a 3-year deal, that seems a bit excessive for me. I know that Serie A often has a reputation for holding on to players a little bit too long and allowing the elder ones to continue playing, but surely by the age of 36, Diego Godin isn't still going to be at the same kind of level. Add on to this the fact that he's going to be on a pretty penny as well, makes it a rather odd decision from Inter Milan. I totally get it if you're signing him on a 1, maybe even a 2-year deal, but 3 years, that's pretty nuts. But sticking with Serie A and defensive units, Roma are getting involved in all sorts of swaps throughout the league. First off, and Kostas Manolas, the Greek defender, has headed to Napoli with Amadou Diawara heading in the opposite direction. Now, this isn't exactly a like-for-like swap, as Manolas is a centre-half and Amadou Diawara is actually a defensive midfielder, but apparently he can fill in at centre-back as well. Now, Manolas is a top defender, and the reason that he's actually had to be let go is because there was a release clause in his contract which will see him leave for a rather small sum. So Roma have done well to get a player in return out of it instead of having to go and look for another one all over again. But on top of this, they've also lost Luca Pellegrini. The fullback has moved to Juventus, with their fullback Leonardo Spinazzola moving in the opposite direction. Now for Roma, this is actually a very good deal. Spinazzola is a young, interesting fullback at Juve who's definitely got bags of potential. Pellegrini is a slightly older fullback who's been injured for a year, so I'm not quite sure why Juventus are doing this one. Anyway, it's working out quite well for Roma in a summer which has seen massive change at the club, with new coach Paulo Fonseca taking charge for his first season. Elsewhere in Celta Vigo have signed Denis Suarez, who had a really poor loan spell at Arsenal, permanently from Barcelona on a €16 million deal. Derby are eyeing up former Dutch international Philip Cocu as a replacement for Frank Lampard, who is expected to become the new Chelsea manager. And lastly but not least, an incredible swap deal could see Sadio Mane and Marco Asensio swap clubs, as Real Madrid have offered the Spaniard in exchange for the Senegalese attacker. So will Rabiot be a success at Juventus, and will Bonucci be on his way to Manchester City come the end of the summer? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below on all of today's daily news. Whilst you're down there, you can also smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.